Hi, Benton Cotter here, helping making your rental investment successful. Today we're going to talk about property management tips for long-distance landlords. Now we actually have lots of long-distance landlords. About half of our clients live outside of the state where their property is located. And so we get a lot of feedback from our landlords, what they want, what they desire, and what they need. And so we want to go through some couple things that we've discovered. First thing is always, if you're a distant landlord, you need a local presence, somebody that you trust, a friend, a family member, a property manager, whoever, a realtor, whoever you can find that you actually trust. And what they can do, they can keep tabs on your property, eyes on the property basically. We like to, if it's a neighbor, that's always perfect. If you moved away and you know some neighbors there, that's always great because they can check on, see if there's any late night parties, they can see if the lawn is maintained, see if there's trash everywhere. They can kind of get a sense of who's coming and going. And that's a great way where they're not really spying on your property, they just happen to see what they see things around them. So it's always a great thing to have. If you don't have a neighbor, get a property manager, get a realtor, get somebody you trust. They can visit the property, you can have them do the inspections. You just want to be eyes on the property is key. So they know what's going on, just so you can see some stuff. It's not like they're going there every week. We don't recommend that. We want the tenants to feel like this is their home and they can have some privacy. But definitely drive-bys, scheduled inspections, things of that nature. Big thing for that is like if the key, or let's say the tenants lost their keys, if you have a local contact there, they can come unlock the door, things like that, or a vendor needs to show up where the tenant can't be there. Things like that can come in really handy for you and something you kind of really need. Second thing is keep in touch with your tenants. I don't leave them in an abyss alone, especially if you're out of state. See how they're doing. Maybe every few months you send an email, just checking in, see how you're doing and anything that they can improve upon or things you need. Give them that communication and dialogue open. You want to always check on them, be mindful of their time, obviously, and you don't want to be prying, but you definitely want to have constant communication with them. A good thing we always like to do, or if you're a landlord, I like to do, send holiday cards. That's always a great, easy way, touch, just let them know you're there. We like to sometimes send gifts. I'll send like a year-end gift to them. Usually it's a gift card, and I'll write a note on it. Just to make sure, hey, we're thinking of you, we trust you, we appreciate you, and then here's some things for you. So it's a great way to kind of keep that dialogue going. Again, you don't want to overdo it, you don't want to be too much involved, just enough to let them know that you're there and you care for them. The big thing though, we always like to do, obviously, we're a property management company, we love property managers. We think that's the ultimate source where you can combine all these things we talked about, and also they can be, your general contractor, they can help with the construction rehab, they can vendor everything, they can rent collect, they can do all the things that are pretty much essential for a tenant, especially being local. And it's hard when you're out of state to collect rent unless you do the online thing, which is some great tools that you can do that, but also we can kind of step it above if you ever need to go through evictions or anything like that. That local presence can handle it. Just be careful who you get. You definitely want to find someone that you trust. And it's hard sometimes, I know property managers out there, but find one that you trust, they feel like they're going to take care of you, they're going to have eyes on the property is key, they're going to know what's going to go on. Maybe they source their vendors, see how good their vendors are, because they're going to be the ones facilitating the work for you. If you have a couple vendors that you like to use, give them to them. But hopefully they should be able to source a lot of vendors because they have a lot of work going through. And so we were the ones, I don't know how many work orders we go through. I think in Arizona we go through 50 to 100 work orders a month. Through all of our entities, we're probably doing 400 to 500 work orders a month. So it's a lot of vendors, a lot of work. We should be able to kind of source through those and find the good ones. So that's always a good one to have that. And make sure that the property manager is transparent with you. So you know what's going on with your property. It's hard when you're out of state. You want to know when rent's collected, if they're late, if they have a huge maintenance request. You kind of want to know these things, but also you don't want to be overloaded with them. That's why you have a property manager. So just make sure they're transparent with you. We like to do portals. We get a lot of notifications and a lot of information through our owner portal where they can log on anytime and see what's going on with the property. It's more passive. Whenever they want to see it, they can look at it. If they need more information, they can contact us. But key is make sure they're transparent. You know what's going on with the property. Sometimes we've seen where we take over a property and they had a property manager, but it's been 2 months with no rent collection. And so we get right on it. And those are kind of rare cases, but you got to watch for it. You got to find someone that you trust. So as long as they're transparent, they can build that trust with you, and then you can have that peace of mind that they're taking care of everything. We feel like we do a great job with that. We actually have local portfolio managers in every area that are actually overseeing your property, eyes on the property. They're the ones that source the vendors, get the agreements. They can even source a property to help you find a property to buy and invest in. So a lot of tools there. Contact us if you need any tips or helps, or if you're in one of the areas that we're not there, we can help you find a great property manager. We've been in the industry a lot. We can kind of sense who's good, who's not. Even help you find a local trusted agent as well. That might not be a property manager, but someone that we know and trust with our own properties.